Amazing Ampharos here, and I'm going to be continuing with Child of Light. And in this segment, I'm going to be doing basically all of the side quests that I've accumulated up until now. Now, the first place I need to go is Populi Village to turn in Achilles and do the first step of this trading quest I picked up in the last segment. And I'm going to be watching a lot of loading screens in this segment because I'm going to be using map warps a lot. Though usually it doesn't take this long. Now, first of all, I need to talk to someone in one of these houses. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember which one. Who really would like an apple. Oh, first try. This Capilla's really hungry, and he's just hoping someone will bring him some food. So we brought him an apple, and apparently, good payment for an apple is a shovel. So we have a shovel, and we're going to have to find someone who's looking for a shovel to advance the sequence further. But before we do that, let's turn Achilles in. Talk to her. And we're going to get a nice reward for that, 4 HP Stardust. Now we need to warp to the old monastery to do the second part of this trading quest. You might remember we passed by a crow standing next to a cart earlier, but of course we've since turned all the crows back into Capillis, so this is going to be a guy. And it just so happens he's not just any old guy, but a guy who could use a shovel. And he has a lamp to give us. And there's a funny glitch with this NPC I've managed to trigger. I'm not going to be able to trigger it now probably, where he'll speak both of his lines at once. He'll thank you for giving him the shovel and curse the fact that he doesn't know where his shovel is. Both those text boxes will be on screen at once. It's pretty funny. If you're playing on your own, want to go back there later for a quick laugh, just keep flying around and talking to him, and eventually he'll start doing it. But for now, we need to help Finn's grandpa out. And as I'm sure you saw before, he's going to be a really grateful and nice guy after we help him out. And these are the spiders we need to fight, but for now I'm going to use all of these items. The most important thing is Strength Stardust. I only have one now, but I'm going to get a lot later. And every one of them will go to Robert, who as you can see has way more physical attack than any of my other characters right now. And at level 20, he's a really high level character too. Magic definitely goes to Aurora. HP is kind of a difficult decision, honestly. Aurora needs it the most, but Aurora also spends a lot less time on the front lines than other characters. I think Rubella is actually going to be the long-term best decision for this. And then defense, again, it's got to be Robert or Rubella. I think I'm going to go with Robert on that. And magic defense, again, definitely Robert. So now that my party's a bit better, we need to sneak up on some spiders and kill them as quickly as we can. You were intended to do this quest without Robert and Nora, so this should be pretty easy, even if I manage to accidentally approach this encounter from the back. So I'm going to run away and then try it again from another angle. That's much better. And let's show off just why I thought Robert was such a high-value character. I've hit all three of them for more damage than I was customarily doing with single-target stuff. And I don't really have any way to hit them all at once with Aurora. So let's bring out Nora just to maximize my single-target damage. Unfortunately, Ignicola still only heals 2 a tick, which, with the health of Robert and Nora, really is not that good at healing. I'm not sure how the game decides how much he heals per tick. It might be based on Aurora's level. Of course, with the Tourmaline on Robert, he also paralyzes enemies with a really good rate. So we can just keep this up, and these enemies go down with no trouble at all. And that didn't level Robert or Nora, but it'll level our Lobies. But oh, let's take out another one of these spiders, because that first one was so much fun. This is, of course, an even easier group because it doesn't have the boar with it. Unfortunately, I didn't know that one was going to be the paralyzed one. And there you see Robert's fantastic dodge stat at play. Robert has a far higher dodge rate than all of the other characters, so a lot of times things just won't hit him. They would hit everyone else. I'm going to be sure that all my speed and dodge stardust that I get down the road go to Robert as well. The speed so I can just rain arrows on the enemy at the maximum rate. And the dodge ones, because dodging is really only a meaningful thing with Robert anyway. All the other characters have such a low percent that you're really happy if it happens, but you basically assume it never will. But with Robert, it's very likely that it will eventually. And these guys are pretty strong, so let's just lull them. Show off that move. That's unfortunate. And that's what a very long cast time gets you. Slow him down. But he's just gathering strength anyway. Way to go, Nora. And you see, since Aurora leveled, now I'm up to 3 per tick, which is a big upgrade, actually. Because I can kind of just exploit this to heal up my 2 main combatants. And that one's dodged twice. And at 77 health a hit, that's a lot of health or a lot of damage he's avoided from Robert. I guess these guys are beefier defensively. It's only 45. And there's a level up for Nora to go with the level ups, or level up for Rubella. Doesn't look like the other Lobies leveled up. And it's kind of funny doing this late because all the scenes are between Finn, Rubella, and Aurora. But really, Robert and Nora did all the work. And 4 Tumbled Tourmaline is, in my opinion, an excellent reward. But let's spend all these skill points. We have 1 point for Aurora. She's getting pretty close to Starlight All, which is a very important skill for her. Rubella can pick up Tumble and some defense. Finn gets an extra point of MP. And with Nora, let's just get her this physical defense and start working toward Charm Time, which is a ridiculous passive. But we're actually done with this section of the world now. We have done everything in the game there is to do in the Mahthildis Forest. You can see all the Stardust, all the coffers. You have my word, we have all the confessions, and we've now finished all the side quests. So now we need to go back to town, and we're going to finish the trading quest first, and also finish clearing out the Wind Wheels area. Because there's this whole nook under Magna that I didn't go in, because that's where the NPC that you need to trade the lamp with is. So I figured I'd save myself some backtracking. So we have to go way down here. Not quite that far down. And there's a couple chests we're going to be able to get through this door. Another one of those secret rooms. And this one's a fun one. Whoops. Well, that didn't want to open quickly. That's really unfortunate. Oh well. We can just do this the way the game intended and wait for it. While we're waiting, we can pick up all these wishes. I sure don't seem to like Aurora very much, because I'm getting her hit a lot. There's a rough tourmaline and 3 rough emeralds for us, and that's really all there is to this area. That just opens an easy exit for us. And let's move on. We have 2 more chests we can get here. I don't believe that was the one I was supposed to get. Oh, I flew right past it. But that's okay, I was going to need that one eventually anyway. Now we come in here to the gold mine. We'll take this up here. Now some of this stuff's really deviously hidden. There's 2 more here. And what is, in my opinion, the most cleverly hidden chest in the game, just in this wall, you can actually point at it at Ignicolas and hit Y to open it. It's the only chest you have to do that for. This guy needs a light, but we're going to finish looting the gold mine and then talk to him. We'll give him the lamp, and of course, what does a gold miner have to reward us with other than gold? And that's what we're going to need to finish that side quest. But before we head back to town, we need to finish things off. Over here, we get another chest behind this guy. I already got the chest up here I was supposed to get now, so We just need to head up these waterfalls to the second optional boss, who's hiding right in here. You can already tell he's a real friendly guy. Before we deal with him, let's open this up and play a bit with our oculi, because we just got a bunch of tumbled tourmaline. And I'm always a fan of more tumbled tourmaline. So we can make yet another faceted. Though we don't really have a way to make any more tourmaline. If we can make one more faceted, we can start upgrading our characters further and start getting brilliant tourmaline. But I think overall it's better to have 3 faceted set than a brilliant in the faceted on our main physical characters. So I'm actually just going to give this guy to Finn here. It'll be a big increase to his magic stat. Yeah, that's another reason tourmaline's ridiculous. Even if you don't need it on a physical character for the paralysis chance, you can put it on their accessory slot and you get a straight boost to magic. And at this point in the game, 6 extra magic for Finn is not a joke. But I'm going to break segment here, and I'll see you guys next time when I take on this large rock.